he drank. Matt, do you remember whenever we were playing Jenga and Chris goes, "Oh no, it's gonna fall," and just annihilated the whole fucking thing?
That just sounds like Chris just wanted to see some destruction.
Look, Chris is chaos. Remember when you guys arm wrestled?
We have it on video. It's really good.
No, I don't remember arm wrestling with Chris, actually. I remember Chris cheating during me arm wrestling.
I would never do such a thing.
You're an actual rogue. The only thing that saved me from like being alive is the fact that there was like a pillar counter in front of us. Otherwise, he would have been kicking me in the shin the entire time. Going, "Are you gonna care about your arm or your leg, idiot?" You actual fucking demon.
I'm gonna make you walk funny, dumbass.
I killed a king once. I can do it again. It's like Chris, this is real life. Just like stabbing me over and over again. Fucking menace. I'm gonna turn my air down, and then we'll get into D&D mindset.
Yeah.
Also, George, you look 20 years younger with the D&D ring. Maybe even 30 years younger. What are you, like 80 now? You old shit?
I think I'm about 85 or 90 right now.
85? You look good with the beanie, bro. I like it.
It's because my hair is so fucking long. I need to put something on right now.
He's already drinking. All right, I'm about it.
You have to with this campaign.
Oh, right. I'm playing Dwarf. I have to get drunk. Shit.
Yeah.
It's been a while. I forgot that Dro's an alcoholic.
Everybody's drinking.
Why?
Okay.
What is happening?
Canonically, Zarius is an alcoholic.
I get to a certain point and then I just let the buzz kick in. I just hope like I have the opportunity to drink during this time.
I tried to drink once in this campaign, and I don't remember how it ended.
As a DM, it don't work.
Yeah.
You have to remember. In hell, I
remember
actually
I, like,
had
fell
a thing
asleep.
about that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that
As
is
a
true.
Has an
As a
issue now.
player, get high as fuck and drink. Like players can do a bunch of stuff. DMs don't have the.
You
They
have
don't
to
have
remember.
the
allowed for
DMs.
I was fucking done at the end. All I remember is I was like sleeping at the end. I'm sorry about that.
On our Friday games, I don't eat, drink, anything. I don't even have water near me. Because I'm 100% focused. Yeah, I'm 100% focused on you guys, and that's it. Here, I'm playing a character who probably has 10 or 20 words per session, and just chill out.
Per session.
Yes, Master Starius.
But actually, though.
Yes, Master Starius. Yes, Master
We
Starius.
talked
Yeah.
about
Yes,
how
Master Zarius. Yes.
when George was playing Lyric and he had like 3 sessions, or not even 3, probably like 6 sessions where he just showed up and was like, "Hey guys, I'm here. I'm also not here though." Like,
Oh,
He was just fucking playing Zelda on the side or playing GTA, just hard vibing. The problem was that, like,
those are
we
great.
kept talking about it every week where it was like, do we let him go? Does he come back in? And our answer was almost always unanimously, but what if Chris does something?
Yeah.
After a while, it was like, fucking ripcord. We're just cutting it. Chris, you're not allowed contact anymore.
Yeah, because we will talk and we'll go, look, I can just not show up for sessions and I'll do my own thing. Just let me know when you want me back, and that's it.
Because I wanted you back immediately, and then it didn't make sense, and then Chris wouldn't take the bait, and it was just good. I enjoyed it. But let's start to wrap back into D&D mindset for a second, because
Yeah.
Lord knows I fucking need it. All right,
He's getting the magic fingers going.
getting the magic fingies. So the last time we played, it was a good while ago. So let's all have a sit-down, crisscross applesauce family meeting of what the fuck happened.
We blew up
Now,
a
if
gorilla.
I'm not mistaken, yep, y'all.
No clones needed.
We're gonna recap from this.
All
From
you need, Hunter.
Yeah, we're gonna recap from the one before this to the one now to the one before that one to the previous. So you arrived into the Mecca encampment. You started learning about all the people around you. You started getting supplies. Libitina brewed up a cauldron. Again, this is the session before that. and then managed to, with a good helping allies,
Pretty
you
good
managed to snuff out the demons and devils.
Libertina's a good chef. She made good soup.
The secret.
Libitina then fed a large portion of the army, and then you all, and Droth, and herself, and managed to lead said army away from the rest of the people to go out and find an encampment of devils and destroy them. And as you get there, they all unmask themselves. And then turns out they're all devils. Oh, y'all aren't surprised at fucking all because you knew everything the whole time. Turned around and Dro turned on lawnmower mode and annihilated all of them instantly. You all swept through the encampment as if there was no combat around. Timon noticed the second, then gathered up, or with y'all's help, because Libitina managed to steal a whole ass person, a whole devil. You stole a whole devil, brought it back, buried it underground, and said, you just stay there now. With the help of the group, you wiped everything out. You got all of the stolen armaments and everything that they were going to pick up and use as infiltration. You put them on all of the remaining horses that they were using to feed on, and then Timon took the devil, charmed him, took all the armor, and said, I'm going to get the fuck out of here because there's a big piece of shit coming. Y'all should probably do the same. And y'all said, we're going to stay. And he said, cool, I guess. He then leaves. The giant devil, actually this is a demon.
It has its name, Kruvalok.
The Kruvalok, the giant Kruvalok marched forward into a tent where all of the armor was supposed to be stored. This is where Master Zarius's a brilliant plan came into fruition, as he has an ability called Corpse Explosion that was given to him by none other than the Queen of the Damned, Thea. So, he managed to enchant and embalm and basically just create an embalmed bomb with all of the corpses, 50 or 60 of them or so, give or take, who gives a shit at this point, put them all together, and then whenever the Krulavak walked forward, uncovered the tent, and put its hand down to grab onto the sheet and pull the armor away, what ends up happening is he sets off all of the bombs like a proximity mine and eradicates the area for hundreds of damage. Deals in a mighty, immense blow. And now, even after the battle was over with, not to recap on the battle yet, that land is still scarred for the rest of the life that it will remain on this land until a group of clerics or druids show up and undo the necromantic magics that surround it. As of right now, if anything stands on that land for too long, they will start to suffer damage and delusions. They cannot be healed on it, and if you die there, your soul will be trapped there. Little fun fact for everyone.
Oops.
So, everybody's got to clean that nuclear waste up. As for the battle with the Krulavak, you all had one hell of a time. The Krulavak was literally throwing you all around like a bunch of rag dolls. You managed to get it down to its enrage timer where it started to heal as you were dealing damage to it, but that still didn't matter. You all came out ahead as you always do, nearly full health for every single one of you at the end of that fight, although you burned every single spell slot, pretty much all of your short rests or all of your hit dice, every single resource you had, but you did manage to kill the Krulavak without truly getting down to the bitter.
I'm pretty sure 3 people were like at 1 health.
Yeah, several people were down.
Were you?
Yeah,
you were! That's right! I'm so wrong!
I'm like, we got our ass kicked.
You made it sound like, oh, look at this decisive victory, you guys, and they're like,
I'll put it this way: I was like the healthiest member at like 25%.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, I had that part wrong. I
The ending
apologize.
battle was I got a fucking sharp piece of metal made by some goblin dickhead and went, Like,
Yeah, fucking.
This is true.
Crest's legendary dagger was the killing
was
blow,
no,
wasn't
like,
it?
Yep,
majestic-
Sprick's legendary dagger defeated the mighty Kulabak.
That's
The
right.
legendary dagger that Vengar had kept since the beginning of the campaign that was given to him, that says on it, whenever I gave it to him, it doesn't say on it right now because it's in Roll20. It was like, it deals 1d2 damage and has a high likelihood of breaking. Was the last item and the one thing that managed to kill the Kulabak.
Here's the question: did it break?
It did
No.
not.
Every other weapon that I've used since the beginning of the campaign has either been broken or given away.
Do you just break
Except for the
shit
really
constantly?
powerful ones I give you and you
Yes.
throw like a jackass.
He once got a weapon that gave him an extra attack, just straight up, and then he just gave it to an NPC and said,
No,
"You're
no.
the chosen one."
Let's be real about this. He tried to take the dwarven shield because he's like, "Oh, this is my shield. Cool, I use a shield. Here, Joe, take this great sword."
Yeah, that's also
I don't
very
the
true.
dwarf, I went, I
Yep.
want the dwarven shield. This thing kicks so much ass.
So what I hear is we put all the good stuff on Vingar, and
He also the weapon.
That was the initial plan. You buff Vingar and send him
Yes.
dead.
But right now we all have crazy
Polymorph,
bullshit.
enlarge,
But then-
haste.
yeah, but-
just
But then
Go.
the plan changes whenever he starts giving all of his shit away.
For a good
Anyways-
while, that's what we did.
Dumbass.
We're gonna recap on that as well. Or on before the fight, you got a very distressing message that said, "We're being attacked. What do you hear?" And you all said, "No." After you fought Kulabak, you
No,
then
no.
returned.
I got that message like as was coming in, and we're like, we can't leave anymore. I'll call you back.
Yeah. It was. Yeah.
Yeah, you got the DMs and you left them on read and you put the phone in the back pocket and turned it off. That's what you fucking did.
You butt dialed him later.
You then all held hands and shadow walked back to the encampment to find that it was just fine. Almost eerily so. And after walking around and looking around for a little bit, you discovered, no shit, it's eerily quiet and all is well, because you brought the army that was going to pop up in the middle of their assault and fuck them from the inside. So there was literally no threat. There were a couple of devils that came up and they're like, we're going to fight them. And then they wanted to surprise and ambush the army from the inside. So they all ran up thinking that they were going to, get them from the inside and then tackle them in a pincer formation. And all they ended up having was a suicide run. And then the devils just got fucking eradicated when they ran forward. So you staged an accidental two-pronged assault and just whooped ass. And
Accidental, yeah. That guy, I saw that one, Luke.
Master
It was pure
tactician.
tactics.
Master
Master
Tactician
Tactician.
Zarius Rainhill.
Sorry, intelligence, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
And with that, am I leaving any core details out? Anyone?
First got random bodies, I got surgery.
Hero's been doing all kinds of crazy bullshit with items.
Trying to learn how to cast.
ballet.
We still have to talk about the shield at some point. We never finished that.
Trying to learn how to practice
Zarius'
mirror
shield.
image.
Zarius' shield is not ready, and I think I have to roll a bunch of d20s for casting 52 necromancy spells. Which we haven't done.
That was the one. That was the big one. Is your shield? It says not yet ready. Hold on, let me double check this. Because I literally have in parentheses not yet ready, unless you typed that.
I typed that in because I equipped it last time, and you said no, that's not ready. So I said okay, not yet ready, and then unequipped it.
I think it's ready now. I think I
Pretty
finished
sure we
it.
finished all these things. I'm trying to find our dual chat and see if we put it up in there. It's been a while.
Yeah,
has
I'm
been.
90% sure this is finished. I'm reading it right
It's
now.
been like 3 months since we last did anything, so it's rough.
Oh, can I press this button? Oh, that's the only reason it's not ready yet.
Well, because I have a shield right now, so
Right. So if we press that and then that, does that function? It do. So yeah, your shield's ready.
okay. Now,
It just requires attunement.
yeah, got to figure out what I'm unattuning from.
Yep. But yeah, your
That's
shield
always
is
the fun part.
ready.
Yeah.
The warrior's ally. Okay. Just had to double check that. I'm like, hold. All right.
Now, what about
So-
the 52 rolls he's
Yeah, so
Don't worry about it. Doris is a good person. Don't worry. That's all I know about him.
Yep.
So let me see something real quick, Zarius, because I have all of this in hidden little document. Pull up right now.
You physically write your notes down, George?
Okay. So, Zarius, do me a favor. In a
Yeah.
private role. Let's just do this quick and dirty. Give me a D100 times 52 in private roll.
I don't know if that times 52.
It might just
It would be 52
not roll the dice.
D100.
Yeah, 52 D100. It might.
I don't know how. I don't know what the
Working.
cap is.
Yeah, it
Let's
might
see
only
what
work in sets
happens.
of tens, but we're gonna find out. Maybe we'll crash Foundry. That'd be funny.
It takes a lot
goes.
more than that to crash Founder.
All right, so let's see.
I know.
Incredible!
I rolled a 100, guys.
You did roll a 100.
That could be bad or good.
It could be bad.
That could be 100 total.
Depends on how Mitch rolls it.
So. Hold on.
100.
13. You're level 13.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we are.
Yep, we're level 13.
Great. Just great. Okay. Yeah, let's just I'm just gonna send you a quick whittle whisper. Whittle whisper. Then can you do me a favor? And while I'm typing this out. Actually, let's I'm sorry, not to get you excited. Dro, do me a favor.
What a cock tease. That's fucked up. All right, whatever. Chris, do you want to have fun and do things? Yeah. Never
bad.
mind. Get out of here. All right. Well, I
Chris,
guess I'll do what I'm doing.
okay, fine. We'll do that while I'm typing this up. Chris,
Yeah, so
do
just
me
go
a
fuck
favor. PM me. Roll one death saving throw real fast while I type something up to Zarius. And Matt, while he's rolling up his death saving throw and then trying very hard to keep his face straight, tell us what Dro is up to.
We got back to the camp, right?
Yep.
I think we finished a long rest because Did we know I'm fully healed, but I still have hit dice missing.
Yes, we did finish a long rest, though. If you use all your hit dice, you only get half of them back. So,
Okay, yeah, so that's why I'm missing like half my hit dice. I
though,
nearly died.
though you should be at least at 7.
I have
Because,
7 exactly.
Okay, yeah.
I had 0 left.
Because then you get 6 and then 1 for level up.
Well, unfortunately, the person missing has one of the things I potentially need, but working on Earthquake. Because that's a shield that needs modifications and a lot of bullshit. We'll probably need to re-talk about what's going on with that shield. Because it's been 2.5 months, because it was 70 days last time we
Yep.
played.
Oh yeah, it's been
Almost exactly 70 days, yeah. 69
it's been
days,
a hot
21
minute.
hours.
Chris, roll another death save.
What?
Also, Hunter, this happens a lot.
Chris really likes to have a good time.
I love
And
that
roll
stuff.
one more.
Oh, the death saves? Or are we talking like
Yeah,
modifying
it's
shit?
just been a lot of like, oh yeah, Chris,
Come
hey,
on.
roll some death saves because
Come
you're
on,
doing things
Vince.
you are
Chris,
on,
go
you're
ahead and
dying.
roll one more death save.
Come on, Vanguard, die.
I don't know what these rolls are for, but I hope they all have a good time.
If he dies, I'm gonna be right there,
Watching him die.
watching
You
him
can
die.
save
With
me.
a dagger right in his
No.
fucking heart.
I've been waiting for this for so long.
Hold on, I gotta finish typing to Zarius, and then we'll go right back to that. I promise, everybody.
I just got Vargasted is all I'm hearing.
So how is everybody today?
I'm doing pretty epic. Just for whatever reason, anytime I do D&D, everyone on the planet goes, "I'm gonna message Chris," and I'm like, "Why are you bugging me? I'm doing D&D." So then I have to mute myself so no one hears me doing that the whole time.
Okay,
It's because it's Saturday. That's why everyone's like, "Ooh,
True.
fun."
everyone wants to hang out with Chris.
Only on D&D days.
Libitina, where would you be in relation to Thea?
On a relationship level or in like distance?
No, like
level
in
we're talking?
relation distance wise, like
I want to
you're
know both.
what Thea, you're Libitina, you are
I don't trust
shadowing
her.
Zarius all the time. You don't trust
Not
Thea.
as much as I.
But
used
at
to.
this specific moment, yeah, that's true. But at the specific moment, every time Libitina has gone back to camp, she's been working on potions, which are somewhat nearby her residence on the account that she has a lot of the alchemical tools, and that's where she set up her shop. However, if you were to be around Zarius during all of this, Zarius also is near Thea. If you're near Dro is as far away from Thea as he could be.
It
And
I
if
don't
you
really
were with-
hate Saya.
it really depends on the time of day because there are two things Libitina will be doing. One of them will be either making potions, health potions, or trying to.
Mhm.
After the two exhaustion and that one got taken away.
Uh-huh.
So she would either try to do that or be practicing mirror image. With Zarius' help. So those are the two things. It really depends on the time of day.
Then
If it's early in the morning, while everyone's asleep, it'll be potion making because she doesn't sleep. But if it's later on in the near
Yeah,
the
'cause it's
evening,
just after we killed the thing, isn't it? It's like late
Yep.
o'clock.
yeah, it is late
More-
yeah.
o'clock.
I thought it was
just-
morning clock.
if it's like the afternoon, like bright afternoon when people are waking
Mm-mm.
up, that's when she'll be working with Zarius. But if it's in
No,
the morning,
it's very late. Like it's
Oh, if
we'll
it's
call
very
it
late.
2 a.m.
if it's late, it's potion making.
Okay. Then I will have you roll just a regular proficiency or a regular perception check.
Would you want me to roll it? I know you said regular, but I have 1 point of
Uh-huh.
exhaustion. Do you want me to do it at disadvantage or no?
No.
Here it
Because normally
comes.
it would be
There you go.
it's privately rolled some dice.
Oh, that's a
I
self
can't
roll.
you.
even see what you rolled.
Sorry. Here we go.
It's
Let me
like,
review
what?
it. Sorry. There you go.
Okay.
13.
You hear nothing.
Mm-hmm.
All is good.
Pretty
Perfect.
low for you. Oh, it is.
It is low. I rolled a
So-
5.
You are brewing away in the night. You hear some people shivering, and they're not out of cold, but out of fear. And they're
Pussies.
tense. You hear people coughing. You hear people praying. You hear some snoring. Bugs. Not a lot of bugs, mind you, because this earth is destroyed right now. But a couple here and there. But otherwise, the night is quiet for Libitina. Zarius, would you like to share with the class what you're doing, or would you like to keep that quiet?
I think in the morning would be more fun if someone walks into my tent.
Okay. Dro, you were up for a while, but there's a level of exhaustion here And there's a
Actually,
level
don't
of
have any
tired
levels of
here.
exhaustion.
No, you don't have any levels of exhaustion.
I
Just so
know.
you know, there's,
I'm
there's,
just tired.
there's a level of lethargy. Let me rephrase. And you know, how many times are you gonna have to fight a giant fucking gorilla? Honestly, like
Honestly, too many times. It's always down to the wire.
too many is what I'm saying, brother. So it's bedtime, even for Dro.
Yeah, it's basically just looking, if it's night. I thought you were talking about like, oh yeah, it's morning after a long rest. If it's nighttime, I'm just looking at the skin real quick, going, neat. It's gonna be fine in the morning, and fuck
Yeah,
off to bed.
It's definitely just sleepy.
I thought it was
time.
morning time. That's what I was doing stuff.
And we'll say Esri, Libitina, you see Esri going back to her tent after hanging out in the tent of Fav Delanore, learning about because she's been talking about wanting to learn about the Guardians for a while, and she was just over there, and then she managed to wander out of that tent and then went back to hers.
Yeah.
Not super late, probably around like 11, but clearly one could say that she overstayed her welcome. But that is how the night goes. You all wake up after having a long rest, a nice long rest. And how to put this? Everyone gets up and you all go out and you sit into the fields where they set up all the tables, and then they start feeding all of the people. And you're all sitting around, you're chowing down. You see Libitina's already there. Zarius, you wake up, you get out, you sit down. Insatiated hunger right now. Insatiable hunger.
Oh yeah.
Dro, you leave your tent. Dro, roll a perception check for me.
By the way, Hunter, prepare for the best perception check you've ever seen from a dwarf cleric.
I'm not in the thing.
Oh damn!
but-
So I have a +1.
Oh wow, you
Oh,
actually rolled well.
Shit!
It's really
He called
high,
it though.
but it's a +1.
It's a 17.
I'm a cleric. I have really bad stats.
Oh no! I'm surprised you aren't dead.
I'll just
gonna
do this for you.
let me do this.
Yeah, so I can see. Yeah.
Zarius, can you describe what Dro sees whenever he comes to sit at the breakfast table?
So Zarius is actually not in his armor for once, but his arm is all wrapped up. He is sitting at the table and he's fidgeting a lot. He seems like he is very agitated, upset, and he's ready to bite the head off anyone who talks to him funny.
Oh, you know my only reaction to this, Arya.
Yep.
The question is, do you look like ill irritated or possessed irritated?
More like I had a really bad night's sleep. I woke up on the wrong side of the bed.
You, Zarius, feel a hand placed on your shoulder, as you sometimes do when you wake up and Dro's around. Normally it makes you feel better. Today, on the other hand, today it does nothing. Today it's just irritating that he touched you.
I can wake up with bad days, you know.
You never know when one of your things is just your arm, demon
True.
related. Good luck.
It's not. Thanks.
For context, Zarius lobbed off his arm a long time ago and replaced it with a demonic artifact.
Let's be true here. I loved off his arm because he
That is
asked me
true.
to.
Yes.
That is true.
I'm a cleric, by the way.
I was out shopping when this happened.
And
There's
it's
a lot.
and it's typically wrapped up, so people don't typically know.
Y'all seem chaotic as fuck.
It's a lot of just we do what we have to do. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of have to do's around here.
It was like, hey, you want this awesome power? And I'm like, no, not really. Oh, our party member got a kidnapped and we're gonna go into hell. Alrighty then, here I go.
Here we go, killing again.
It was supposed to be.
It was supposed to be
picture
me.
of my character, so he gets an idea of like how chaotic we really are.
He's
Yeah,
told me a little bit about everybody, but it's been like months.
I don't think I've shown you what Vingar looks like. Allow me.
No.
I can probably
Oh,
find
wait.
the original picture of what he looked like from day one to now.
Oh, definitely send him that, Chris, and then I'll send you
What the
small
current
picture.
is.
Yeah, and then the current, and then you
Oh,
can.
the fucking wings! Look at that shit.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
You don't
Uh,
talk
In
about
general.
it.
Or I'll post mine in general. This is what my character looked like day one of the campaign.
You had no
This is
fucking-
what he looks like today.
Now.
Jesus Christ. He looks like a World of Warcraft character.
Meth is a hell of a drug, is all I'm saying.
He did take meth, that is true.
You did.
Cleaver, arm cut off.
Okay,
Wow.
so let's Esri shows up. She's just gonna, she's T-posing. She's doing how all players do. She's eating one like frame at a time. And there's no sign of Vin. And it's
Okay,
not
but back up.
super surprising for everyone, considering where he was the night before, which was with Thea, and what his request was.
In my tent, which is why I'm annoyed.
But having said that, Vin has never missed breakfast. Ever. It's a little worrisome. But not too much. But a little worrisome. Does this even come up in conversation, or do none of you give a shit is my main question.
I'm busy with things. Finn's not high on the priority list for me, honestly speaking.
Just a little more
I-
pleasant today than it was the other day.
Honestly, for Zarius,
Nice today, huh?
for Zarius, he's probably like picking out his food, eating like just like every so often, and then realizing Vin's not there, just like take his food and another plate of food and just head back to his tent because they've been in his
You were
tent
gonna
all
eat
night.
my food.
No.
You were like, I'm kind of hungry. I'm gonna snack off his plate. Like you won't notice. Like,
Yeah, I thought you're like ravenously hungry. I'm surprised.
I
you didn't eat
am.
all of our food.
And this tastes nasty.
So,
Look at. See,
takes a while.
As soon as Zarius leaves, I look at Dro, and not even eating, just kind of sitting, people watching. Just look at him and go, Are you all right? Everyone? Okay.
Shockingly, I'm one of the few that stayed up. I didn't go down. I just got hurt. I didn't go down though.
Say,
I understand that it was a rough night. Or, yes, rough night the other night, but,
He calls it done.
everyone seems a bit distant.
Let's just glance at the leaving Zaris. Really? They're not the most cohesive bunch.
Oh well, we all have our issues. You may continue eating. I will watch.
Keep eating.
Just
Yeah,
stare
let
at
me watch you eat.
Dro has
Just-
been through way too much to give a fuck about that.
just kind of stare. Wonder what food tastes like.
Does Libitina not need to eat?
Don't worry about
I've
Libitina.
never seen her. Never seen her eat.
Don't worry about Libitina.
Don't worry about Libitina. Don't
You're
ask
better off
things you
not
don't want
knowing.
answers to, sir.
Libitina almost killed me, so I get it.
After y'all's brief exchange, Ezra kind of looks at the two of you, gives you some glares, and stands up.
Even her.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go, and she just leaves.
All right, would I give a shit?
Again, par for the course, honestly.
Would I give a
As she
shit?
does her own thing so goddamn often.
Yep.
All right.
A quick update: her thing's going longer, so
That's
she's
fine.
not on her way yet. But
Just have fun
I'm keeping an eye.
Sir. Honestly, what's the worst that happens?
Let's see.
You want to be a storm sorcerer bard thing?
We'll see in a moment how much I
You
give a
get
shit.
college dropout.
All right. You
No,
want
I
to
do
be a
not
bard
wanna be a
sorcerer college
sorcerer.
dropout?
No, I'm fine.
Ticking time bomb, you know.
What's going on there, Libitina? What was the role?
She stands up from the table.
mhm.
Well, if we require anything, Master Blacksmith, Dro, I would be. I'll be talking to Master Zarius.
All right.
Alright,
At some point, let them come by the tent with a few items to work on just in case.
understood.
She'll get up and start heading to Zarius' room.
Okay. Zarius, you've been alone in your room for 5, maybe 6 minutes.
6.
What did you go back in and do?
Well,
Tell
if I-
the class
What
what
happened?
Libitina sees when she walks in is what I want.
well, I know that Vin's in the room, so I probably would have just put the food place kind of by Vin for when he
So
wakes
you
up.
went back to your room. kind of
Yeah.
thing. I'm sorry. I misinterpreted that as to you're going to go back to where you went to bed. No,
No.
we're going to have a totally different conversation. I
Yeah.
apologize. Let me set your scene when you walk in.
Because I was technically in someone else's
You were in-
tent, I think.
You were in Thea's tent.
Yeah, I was in Thea's tent, so I didn't go
Yeah.
back there. I went to check on Vin with food.
Yeah. So you bring a plate of food to Vin. You open up the curtains, and the immediate feel of whenever you walk into the vicinity of this tent is wrong. And you go, oh God. You peel back the tapering of the tent, or the lining of the tent. And as you take one step in, there's a musk and like a thick, slimy feeling just envelops your being. And you're like, something unholy is going on in here. And as you walk inside, your vision was cut off. But as you take a step forward and you pass the visage base, or you pass the barrier that Thea always puts up when she's working, so that, prying eyes and all that. When you walk past, you see Thea in her true form, partly in her true form. She is still human legs, right? But her true form from torso up, where it's just eldritch abomination, and just like, she's got the bird thing going on. She has these warped blue scales. She has like fur patches coming out along with little feathers going on, and like you can see her like crawled out teeth. Her chest is opening up, and you can see the fangs that are adorned and like tearing down her organs kind of thing, and like the mini tongues sticking out of it. And you see her on top of Vin, just on his heart going, and Vin is not breathing. And she is constantly compression on his chest. And then you see her flip him back over, and you can see part of like where his help me out here. Shoulder blade. You can see where part of his shoulder blade, where the skin has been peeled back, and you can just see the bone. And you can see that the demon wing that's grafted onto there has snapped and pulled back, broken part, or like at least pulled his arm out of socket, and it is just bleeding uncontrollably onto the ground. And she's just boom, 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 breathe. Flips him over, damn it, and just like constantly just compression. And you can see that she's casting some form of magic, and it's not working. What do you do?
Well, I'm standing here with food. I go. I am gonna put both plates in one hand, go like this, and just as I do, I cast Mage Hand, so the Mage Hand just takes the food over the side, and I walk up. I'm like, "What do you need? I know I shouldn't just jump in and start casting stuff. So, where?"
He looks at you and immediately just starts speaking in some deep eldritch speak that you have no idea what it is. She's like, and you're like, "Nah, nope." Not there. She goes,
Did you have a tongue
Sorry.
in there, or was it just Libitina and me?
I think it was
just you, Libitina, and I think you gave one to Alvar. No, you gave one to someone else.
Yeah, you gave one to someone else because they were.
Yeah, the one person didn't speak any in common, so
Yeah.
or barely in common.
But she's looking at you and she goes, "He died. Help. Heal him. I can't revive him correctly."
Okay.
It's never panic when Vin dies. It's always, he died again. God damn it.
Yeah, you look at Vin.
So much.
Zarius, roll a. What check do I want to have Zarius make immediately? Because this is not a drill. Vin is dead.
So like a medicine.
Zarius. I'm thinking medicine or. Yeah, actually, unfortunately, only medicine. I was gonna have you roll an Arcana check, but I mean, you can see what spells she's casting. You can roll an Arcana check if you want to see what spells she had casted previously to murder Vin.
I'll roll both, so I'll do medicine first, just because that's what you asked for, and fail. Yeah, look at that, 10. And then Arcana to figure out what's going on.
You start looking over Vin, and you're like, I'm no help here at all. Open arm. That's crazy. And then you start really focusing in, and you can see the magic that you watched her imbue into Vin whenever she carved out his eyes and replaced them with the magical cat eyes, right? But now you can see that all of that residual magic that was perfectly woven and just beautifully tied together in different threads and different meshings, you can see it spiraled open, and it looks like it just ruptured and broke whenever she was trying to tie together Vin's back. And you can see that part of it is affected to his spine. And you're sitting there and you're like, okay, well, that clearly ruptured. But what happened? And as you're looking in what little medical knowledge you have, and I'm talking little, yeah, exactly. You're mainly looking at the shoulder blade and how it is separated from the spine itself, and it looks like it had done one of these, and then it ripped and it just came apart. So it might have been less of her spell and more of the physical body couldn't hold that much weight, and it just snapped off. Because the spell's there, it's just it looks like it's incomplete.
How long ago? Because I'm trying to.
She just looks at you and just keeps compressing and just shakes her head.
I am going to.
That's the spell. I shouted out. What I could only think was hours ago, minutes ago. I don't even know anymore. But nothing gets out, nothing gets in because the screams from the surgery. They're so loud.
I'm going to start weaving magic to start stitching everything back together, and then I will. I'm going to summon a Ran, honestly, first.
Okay.
And usually when I summon a Ran, it's like in my hand or like on my arm, and I tell her to do something. I summon her and I just like have her in like a death grip, just like head, beak, just poof. It's like I'm like and I'm going to grab a just anything really, rip it, write a quickly on it to bring Zarius a healer. I'm gonna stick it in Aran's mouth and chuck and to say get Yara and just chuck her out the tent.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna go to town on casting.
It hits the she hits the actual wall and kind of like manages to get out and she just starts flying. And she goes high into the sky and she's looking everywhere. And really nothing immediately. Libitina, you see Aran fly out of the tent with a note. Aran is an animal. You already don't read emotions that well. You see a bird fly out of a tent with a message. Everything is fine. All is good in the world. Just honestly.
And I'm starting to cast Raise Dead.
Yep. Go ahead and cast that. I want to read this real fast because it's very important.
Takes an hour to cast, by the way.
Yes, so it will take a while.
God bless. Okay.
Then right within a day, so.
10 days.
10 days.
Oh shit!
Yes.
10 days.
I'm a zombie demon. Let's go.
This spell doesn't, however, remove magical diseases, curses, or similar effects.
This is mortal wounds, which doesn't restore missing body parts.
Yep.
Our boy could be blind for the rest of his fucking life.
No, the cat eyes are fine. It's the other things that he's added recently that aren't so fine.
Yeah.
He had his eyes torn out like months ago.
Yeah, I just finished the eye drop.
Look, I was like, what the hell's going on? And I messaged Chris because like, oh, I know what happened. I remember now.
He wanted to add those demon wings.
I know. I'm really glad people aren't going for Joe, who can very easily fix the situation.
My favorite part. So Chris's death saves were a 9, a 13, a 4, and then a 2.
Oof.
It was a bad
Yeah.
time.
It was a bad time.
And so as I'm casting this spell, I'm mainly going to be trying to reach out for. Well, first off, I'm going to grab the ring that's probably on his hand, that should be on your hand, and grab that. And then as I'm casting Raise Dead, I'm probably talking to Thea about that. Hey, like I got this part, but you have to fix whatever the heck that was, and pointing towards like the spine and the magic. I'm like, you're just leaking magic everywhere, and you're gonna mess this up. You have to stifle that.
You grab his ring of mind shielding.
Yep.
And
put it on immediately.
As you pull off his ring and you go to put yours on, well, I guess you can put the ring on without attuning to it, huh?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you put. Well, no, you can't. You specifically can't, and there's a reason. Vin is like a size 24 because he's a Goliath. You were like a size 7. So you put it on and it goes like 3 fucking fingers wide of a ring. It's like, it's just not happening. So you can like do that. You can put it in your pocket kind of thing.
It's a different kind of ring.
Yeah, it's a cock ring for you, bud.
Yep.
so you grab this ring, throw it in your pocket, and just get to channeling the spell.
Mhm.
Thea is just like, all right, it's a corpse. Zarius isn't going to kill me. Like, she's just like, you can just see like her emotions like, I'll fix the magic. And she flips Vin over, and then Vin is on his back. His shoulder and arm are all but completely separated at this point. You can see the muscle, you can see the bone, you can see the tendons. They're all overly stretched. Not the bone. The bone is like chipped in parts of it. And as you start to cast your spell, you can see the arm and the muscles start to tense up, and they start to pull the arm back into place. And it's a very slow process. And it's not like you can stop the channeling of the spell and grab and shove his arm into place and make it a little less painful for when he wakes up. Nope! You gotta just keep going, and his arm's gonna slowly go back into place.
Yep, I can do this magically. I can't do this physically.
Yep. No, Chris, you're misreading dueling. It's while you're wielding a melee weapon in one hand. So you have to grab your hand and then
No, I was gonna say dueling doesn't require 2 hands. See, look, it's my fighting style. I didn't lose it or anything.
No, it does require 2 hands. It just requires you to have your other hand in your other hand.
So you have to have the other hand going yeehaw, and you like stab him.
Exactly. So Thea begins channeling some magic that you don't know. It's clearly necrotic. And you can see that she's undoing the spell that she had on the right side. She's not just tearing it out frantically. She's very slowly unweaving it from the left half of Vin. Because Vin's left shoulder, the wing on that one is fully grafted and there. And she looks at you and says, I can't take that one out. It has no bearing. It will do nothing. It will make him probably more intimidating. Master Sarius, I'm telling you right now, I did nothing wrong. He's the one who died.
I am just not really
She got
responding.
revenge.
I'm focused on my spell and wondering if anyone else is going to walk in anytime soon.
Yep. Aran eventually finds Yara, sorry. And Yara is speaking with, still talking with the people involved, Eleanor, and she gets a note. And she will react appropriately. But since no one is there, ta-da! So, what ends up happening is Libitina, Dro, where are you
Hello.
two and what are you two doing?
Oh, remember I was heading to Zarius?
Yeah,
Oh,
gotta
I'm
go
so
see
so- I'm,
Zara.
I'm so sorry. Libitina.
Yep.
Once I finished eating, I was heading back to my room.
So yeah, we'll say like you see the bird fly out, and then Dro, you're like, "That's my cue. I'm gonna leave." And then Libitina, you're like, "Yep." You both stand up, go your separate ways. Dro, I'll describe the scene that you see, and then we'll go to Libitina because it'll be funnier that way. Dro, as you're kind of like walking up, you're doing a little stretch. You gotta walk over, eastbound a little bit till you can get back to your tent. And as you're walking, then you start taking an angle. You see a ran fly into a tent, and you're like, huh. and you keep walking. Not even like maybe 5,
Happens
6
all the
seconds
time.
later, you see Yara burst out of the tent, crumpling the paper in her hand and just fucking superhero sprinting forward. And you see a rep from Fav Delanore, and he is just holding some jug, and it's some red elixir, and he looks like he's casting some spell and he's talking, and they're just fucking running, and they're just booking it. And then you're like, Esri? As she runs past you and just, you're not even on her radar right now, and she is gone. You watch her run, she like skirts through and then flies into Zarius's room.
And here, everything all right?
With that, Libitina, you open the tent, walk forward past the barrier. Actually, you don't have to do that, Libitina. You open the tent and immediately see, lying on his back, Vingar, his arm nearly halfway detached from his body, a giant open wound, a demon wing on the ground that looks like it's been like freshly snapped, and it's just kind of bleeding on the ground. Vin losing just incredible amounts of units of blood. Zarius casting some necrotic spell.
Wow.
And Thea casting some...
It's necrotic.
It was both of
it's-
them are necrotic.
Yeah. And then, Thea also casting some necrotic spell. And you can see Vin, as his head is turned this way, blood is leaking out of his, not his mouth, but out of his nose. And you can see his eyes that are normally... Vin, what color are your eyes, actually? Aren't they brown?
Purple.
I thought they were orange.
They were
Oh,
orange
yeah,
because
they're
they're
orange.
cat
Yeah,
eyes.
You have cat eyes.
Yeah.
You have cat eyes. Yeah. Are normally this vibrant orange, like, are now glowing a teal and green as this necrotic energy is warping in his very being. What is your immediate reaction to whatever the fuck they're doing to Vin?
This happens within a moment of a second. She looks at the whole thing sprayed out before her. Since Darius, you're probably not facing her. I'm not sure if you are or not.
No, probably not.
There's a moment where Libitina hands brushes her dagger, and she looks at Thea. Can't see her face, and then she sees Vingard. And then
Right as you're about to think whatever you're thinking, you cock an eye to your right and you see Esri just running with the crumpled paper.
yeah. I would have.
It's all happening in slow motion
Yeah.
for you.
Overall, it would have been, look at Thea. The thought would have been, she fucked up. It's time to kill her. Look at Vingard, go, well, that's taken care of. And then see you trying to save him. And go, she will take a couple steps forward. And the only thing she will say is, what do you need from me?
Zarius is probably like really concentrating on his
Rags!
spell.
Yes, ignore.
Yeah.
Rags. A healer. Something. Libitina, eyes.
Since I'm exhausted, I don't know. I will assist Thea in whatever she's doing to remedy Vingard's situation. So
I wish Esri was here.
Yes.
Same.
But Yara, sorry. Yara bursts in. What the fuck is going on? I brought a guy! Grabs this guy, pulls him in, and this guy just runs up with this big fucking like a big glug of healing potion, and
Oh, perfect.
oh,
Hey.
it's
Saw
fully
the fucking
fake.
picture I posted in general and was like, oh no, what is happening?
well, wait.
Hello.
Apparently not. Yeah.
Panic.
Continue panicking.
Perfect.
I'm letting her fully do all of this because the panic is going to be way funnier that way.
Oh yeah.
No.
All right. Okay.
Alright,
Goodbye.
panicking
The
over.
panic.
Wait, I didn't even see her walk in. Would she have been in the car?
Yes, she would
That-
have been in the car.
Yeah, that was definitely her phone kicking in.
Never mind then.
No, she's not here.
Okay,
Yeah, we were watched
she,
to walk in.
She bursts through the door, and what the fuck is going on? I brought a guy! And then she immediately runs up, sees Libitina grabbing some rags, grabs some rags herself, and this unmasked, unknown individual walks in, thunk, uncups this giant healing potion, stares at the open wound in the giant, horrible, terrible situation that's going on. Thunk, closes it back up because that sure as shit isn't going to do anything.
I like to think you saw Thea and was like, holy shit, I need to get help.
Yeah, so as a reminder, this poor guy, just everybody's acting real normal. I'd like to just reassert real quick. He walks in, he sees Zarius, head commander chieftain of this army, this tactical army, in his demonic arm, fully on display, channeling this terrible, evil, necromantic energy into Star Commander General, Captain of the Liberation Army, Vingar Achaka, laying down as he's bleeding from the nose, has his arm nearly ripped off of his body, and like gore just dripping out of it. Thea, an eldritch abomination from the torso up, her chest is literally ripped open with like 3 different tongues pulling out of it and different levels of teeth layering in, like breathing in and out. As you can see all of her organs inside, and this weird deer head and these giant antlers coming out. Again, scales, feathers, and fur all around her. She's just doing all this. Just...
Like a demonic
breathing.
druid of some kind.
Yeah, she's breathing from her chest, kind of thing. And then Yara, or Esri, I don't remember what everyone's calling her right now, bursts in and goes, oh shit, what's going on? Don't worry, I'll grab the napkins, and runs off to the side, like, everything's cool and kosher.
She is on her way back, like 20 minutes. So
Okay.
And at some point you heard, is everything alright if anyone has to do your facing?
no.
Yeah, and then
Really?
Drew opening the curtains behind, like, everything
I was
good, and
always
this
like,
poor
everyone's
guy.
Don't move, like, everything alright?
No.
I do a dwarf jog in the direction of the tent, like, what the fuck is happening?
In this exact moment, Renki, what do you do?
So here's what I do.
God.
Here's what little old me, Rinky, does. Rinky is going to, as you said, pop the cork off, thinking that he's about to dump this into Vingar. Look around, be absolutely terribly frightened by most of the things that he sees. Slowly fucking cork the bottle back up, set it down to the side, and just take a step back into the corner of the tent, seeing that this is chaotic enough. This is
I
plenty.
shouldn't be here.
If they need me, they'll ask. That's for
And-
certain.
Well, Yara said they need a healer
They need a
and
healer.
went with a note.
Okay, so
She
they
has
need
the
a
note that said,
So
we need a
he's-
healer. You were
he's going-
talking with
okay,
her.
you're right,
You're
you're
brought
right.
here.
Right. So he's going to slowly then step up, like, cautiously around Thea and come up next to Zarius.
Thea looks at you and says, hurry up.
He's gonna, like, raise an
I'm
eyebrow.
trying.
Not you.
Oh, no, not you.
Hurry up!
He's gonna, like, raise an eyebrow at her and just
Floor
kinda-
it!
He's gonna nod and look over the body. What is there anything that I can do here?
No.
That's what I thought.
You can set the arm back and start sewing it
okay.
up. And
that's fair.
you can mend the flesh together.
You
You can start to pull the muscles together.
Bro, I
kinda
could
thing.
totally grab
Yeah,
his
and
wing back
saw
on.
it back
Yeah.
and forth.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
You know when
So,
dwarf
yes.
arrive?
The dwarf will arrive
I'm
in but a
loading in.
moment.
okay,
Yeah.
so I've loaded in. Anyway,
Oh my
so so yeah, hi guys. It's
Hello.
good,
Yeah.
good to
Welcome.
play.
Welcome to
We're
hell.
sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. So I'm gonna try to set the arm back together.
Okay, go ahead and roll a medicine check for me.
This is something I'm not good at, but okay. I have 14.
You set joints back together. You have cauterized wounds. You have helped someone tourniquet someone when they lost a limb. You have never taken half of a limb and then put it back together. So you do exactly that. You grab it and just shove it back on there, and then just go, I'm going to just start healing down in there and just kind of doing your absolute best.
The best that I could possibly try to do in this situation.
You've seen a lot of fucked up stuff. You're a little distracted from an eldritch horror just going, hurry up. And then this guy that you've been renowned to just be like, oh, he's so great and amazing. And this demonic arm just like hanging right next to you. It's almost like elbowing you in the face with how close you are to him because you're trying to stay away from Thea, and then you go over here and then you're close to her and you're just doing this. You don't look like an idiot. It's just like this is your mental.
They're like pushing me over and here and there.
Yeah.
They're like casting their fucking spells. And
yeah, it's terrifying. And then,
by the way, it's Vingar Chaka on the fucking cutting board.
Yeah, it's Vingar Chaka on the cutting board. As that happens, Drunk Clarn rips the tarp open, walks through. You're greeted with the same sight as everyone else, but now there's a random fucker in there, clearly a healer.
Oh god, that's happened again.
Yes.
Who let the healer in here?
What is happening?
Who brought this bitch in here?
I'm not acknowledging your existence right now. Sorry.
You're NPC number 1.
Pretty much.
Dro, what do you do?
I walk around to an open side of van like, okay.
Yep.
Limbs off, wings. Those are new. Wouldn't be the first time I've attached demonic piece to somebody.
You do see one wing on the ground, and you're like, oh, he only got halfway done before he died. Crazy.
What a bitch. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm just gonna start.
Wait, what happened to Vince?
Don't worry about it. We'll tell you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Vin's
we'll
dead.
tell you.
100%. This is not a joke. He failed his
Yeah.
death saves, and they're trying to
Yeah.
save him.
Yeah.
I'm going to overcast mending.
Overcast mending.
Overcast mending.
That's a
Yeah, picture right. Okay,
that's the strat right there.
Bro,
That's the
if I
strat.
got any wait a minute. If I got any cantrips.
regenerate.
You
What
just
a
hear
good spell.
Libitina start
I have
praying,
one of the spells
saying,
for
If
so
you ever
long.
cause death to another, you dwell in miracle's shadow. Even in dying, you serve miracle in his kingdom.
and she's just praying over Vengard.
Pray quieter. I'm casting.
I love that Libitina's prayer is, God, please take him away. Please, fucking Christ, Dad, take this stupid piece of shit away. He's killed so many. He deserves to be in your arms. Fuck him. Fuck him. Keep him the fuck away from me.
He's so useful. Keep him around.
Yeah, and you just cheer back. It is not his time. You're like, Father, please, oh God, please, Father, listen to me. Listen to me. He's done more than enough. He's lived so past his prime.
One die.
Could I get one counter spell, please? Just one counter spell.
Just, Father, please, I'll give you the mask.
I don't need it anymore.
I'll give up my berry being. Just kill him. He's a detriment.
So,
All
that
yeah.
to say is that when I'm casting it, I made sure to put on Vin's ring in some capacity, so that way I'm wearing it. Because I know how these rings work.
Yeah, you have his soul.
I know his soul's in here. I hope his soul's in here. And I'm trying to talk to him.
You were wearing Vin as a cock ring as you were trying to bring him back to life. You put it like straight up on 3 fingers and you're crutching it as you're casting the spell. It's very uncomfortable for the hour that you cast the spell. And well, Vin, you've died a couple of times. With every time you die, you gain a significant scar on your being. But also every time you die, you get this fun little hidden tally mark that I keep.
We
you're
have another mechanic we have to talk about too. Be a chalk and
go ahead.
What happens when you die?
The curse.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, chocolate curse.
Oh no.
It's not too bad. Like, let me look at a table here real quick.
Bro, Mitch is losing it. What the fuck is the
What a way to
curse?
get back into this campaign, am I right?
What a way to start this campaign. Am I right?
It could be.
I haven't seen this table in so long.
So if we go from the top left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so on and so on. Not a lot changed. So I mean that's not too bad.
Not too bad. But shouldn't we start from where you were?
Oh yeah, we could do it that way.
I think we should do that plus half. You think that's fair?
No. So count from where I'm at. Do 4 and see I go from one side to the other. It's really fucking funny.
I think Vince is getting really small.
I don't know what is happening, bro.
I don't know either.
I honestly.
We can do that. That does fit given all of the circumstances. That is, yeah. I know. I know. Yeah, you go from.
Yeah, I know.
You go from this guy to this guy. Okay, so that will happen, but there is another hidden mechanic, Chris. Since you're being revived and you've died a lot, I can tell you your exact body count. You have died twice. This will be your 3rd death.
I think I've died more than that.
No, you have
You've
died
come real close
3 times.
a couple
You
times.
have almost died a lot, but you have died twice. You then you are now being resurrected. Can you private roll me a d20 plus 2? You must beat a 12.
A d20 plus 2 or
Easy
minus 2?
rolls.
Okay. It plus 2, so like it adds a modifier. Minus whatever. It doesn't super duper matter. It works the same either way. Either above it or below it. But then
Bro, she's gonna crash. She said full sending it on the highway.
do not die like Vin. We can only resurrect you in game.
Yep. We
Um,
will if need be, but we'd rather not have to.
fucking speed.
Well, that is also because the road she was on was like 20 miles per hour to get out to the freeway. So that's why she's like,
Oh,
22. Breaking the law. After an hour.
I get no response for an entire hour.
You get no response for an entire hour as the body.
I'm sitting there working on the body, but that's probably about
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I can go back to being
The body's the body is stitched back together.
being regenerated.
Bro has regenerated the limb. and got it back into working order.
Yeah, for the next
Rinki-
hour after I got there, it's going to keep regenerating and healing itself.
Yep. And Rinki, you are sewing parts of the body back together as the flesh overtakes kind of like the physical things of what you're doing, because you're not really imbuing a lot of your magic because there's already a lot going on. So you as a healer know if you start mixing too many things together, too much of a good thing will become a bad thing. So you're fully focused on physical because all three of these people are on spell casting right now. So as the regeneration is coming in, you are setting joints in place, and you can see that the regeneration has started to creep over to the other side of his being, where Thea had, well, I guess you wouldn't know this, you can assume that Thea had grafted this other wing onto, and you are basically like breaking limbs so that they can reform properly with the regeneration and with their spells, so that the wing doesn't do exactly what it did, but on the other side. And to be honest, after you make everything worse, it comes back better. To your credit, you know exactly what you're doing. And the body of Vin is just fine. Now, Vin, this is a really fun question I get to ask you, and I'm going to ask it to you in private. I'm not going to take you away. I'm just going to shoot you a PM because...
Not if I shoot you one first.
Don't shoot me.
Quick guns of the West.
It's a race. Who's gonna get each other?
So... That's a great gift.
First, bitch.
I win. I PM'd him first. Now he's got to make the choice. Can we turn this into a private chat?
Okay, I kind of thought we might have to do that. We will be right back after this short commercial break.
Ba-ba-da-ba.
Welcome,
Luke.
by the way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thea's dead, just so you know.
Thea's dead. All right.
Oh,
I'm gonna be
boy.
real with you. I may help. I don't know.
I was gonna say if her spell's making the
I already warned her.
Fucking pulled out Thunder Tooth and just ready to just.
I've already warned her. What happened?
How good's your Arcana?
My Arcana is really good.
Okay. Then you might actually do it.
Yeah, because I'm proficient in Arcana.
Oh, nice.
God. I don't know what proficient means for you. It means God, your rolls are high no matter what.
Well, I have disadvantage on all my rolls right now. I was suffering
True.
from two exhaustion until I got that long rest. Yeah.
I love how he asked me for the medicine check. The only
Yeah,
skill of
the
mine that's
non-healer.
-2.
Yeah.
No, I'm the healer of the group.
We're
That
both
is true.
the healers.
We're both the healers.
I have the better spell pool. He has
Yes.
the better stats.
I have the better
Fucking
stats.
90. Why are you texting and going 90?
This
Do
is-
not. No,
Don't-
no.
No, you have to
Oh, yeah,
get in
Hunter.
here.
You're probably gonna find out real fast. If we just set an entire field on fire and don't care, it's because we all have fire resistance. Good luck.
Do we have fire? Oh, I think.
We all have fire resistance.
All of us. A couple of us naturally, a couple of us not so naturally. You're welcome. You'll find out very quickly why we have it.
I don't.
Oh, I do have fire resistance.
Oh, do I have? Yeah, I gave you an artifact with it.
Yeah.
I give everyone an artifact with it.
Do I have the ability to gain fire resistance?
If I make an artifact for it, probably. I make him like fucking candy and hand him out all the goddamn time.
I technically do, but I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not using it unless I have to.
What resistance spell?
Yeah, well, no resistance to. I guess I have
Cantrip.
resistance. I do have resistance to spells, but that one is not as prevalent as the other one. You'll see in combat. I'll just put it that way.
Just
I'm also
die.
gonna ask this blindly. Hey, what's your AC?
My AC, I fall comfortably in the middle between the lowest and the highest.
Are you sure about that?
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Are
Okay.
you sure about that?
I've seen everyone's AC. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's impressive.
You want to know
Your
my
lowest,
AC?
like 20 something.
Oh yeah, I'll be real with you. I'm a paladin. I'll be fine.
Good to
I
hear.
am.
Our average AC is like 26. We're higher.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm 20. I got 23. So I'm like,
We have a lot of AC.
I know.
One turn away. You hear
Stop texting.
Drive
Okay.
faster.
Welcome back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Chris, are you alive?
I'm
Vaguely
Gengar
enough.
Chaka. It's good.
What do you got there, George? You playing Magic over there?
No, I don't play.
Okay.
Magic.
All right.
Oh,
So, Zarius. Let's change the tone for a second. We've been shits and giggles for a bit. It's been a great time. Zarius, you've been casting the spell for an hour. Vin's body has been reset back from completely and utterly destroyed to what you can perceive as normal. He does still have the heavy scarring from whenever he was tortured all along his back. He has this wicked scar now across his shoulder blade. You have his armor off, his helmet off. You can see the like burn marks on the top of his skull from the fights that he's been in, from the time whenever he got nearly blown up by the demon in hell, etc. There's so much wrong with this mutilated body. And right now it's just a corpse as it bears no soul. How do you get Vin's soul back into himself via the Ring of Mind Shielding?
So, as Zarius is sitting there, kind of closing his eyes, casting his spell, he does understand that when souls move, they try to go to other planes. I think it's in this ring right now, but otherwise souls try to leave. So for Zarius, who is a conjuration wizard, reaching into other dimensions and trying to pull stuff out of it isn't too hard, theoretically. So as Zarius is sitting there casting his spell, it's like his spirit comes out of him and starts looking for Vin on like the astral spiritual plane. He's gonna look in the ring first and be like, if you're in there, you gotta get out and let me in. Otherwise, he's gonna start looking elsewhere.
As you're grabbing onto the ring and you're looking inside of it, you open the door basically to the ring, right?
Mhm.
And you peer inside, and there's this vast white emptiness. And in it, there's a sliver of gold. Wife is here.
I'm gonna reach out and grab onto that.
Hold on.
and-
No, I'm staring at your camera. I'm like, you're panicking, but there's only one person coming into your house, bro. This is a
Yes.
surprise as to who it's gonna be.
I'm waiting for a
It's the
spider lady
robber.
to crawl
He's finally
through.
here.
Dude, the robber's gonna fucking murder her. Let's go. Yeah, we'll wait a second. Get her situated. Yeah. We'll
Murder
wait.
POV.
Bandit POV.
Oh, there we go. See,
There's a ghost.
she just blurred on right
Look,
past
dude,
there.
she was RP
There she
running.
goes
Oh yeah, there
again.
she goes. No, there she got lost. Yara got lost. She just got the note. She's coming back in a second. Where were you when Vin died? And she runs across
where
the
the
room
fuck
again.
are you?
Firing guns. That's what I was doing.
God. Hello.
Hello.
Kind of fucked up you didn't
Welcome.
watch me die.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, bro. You weren't here when Vin died.
So Vin is dead. That's not a joke. as Zarius right now
17.
is, dude, it's Juneteenth. As Zarius has his soul separated from his own body, in a sense, looking inside of the ring of mind shielding, where Vin's soul is supposed to reside. And Zarius, as you open up the vault that is the ring of mind shielding, and look inside, again, you see this vast open whiteness, this void of light. And in it, you see one sliver of golden weaving energy.
I'm going to go and reach out and kind of grab onto it and see if it's attached to anything and start following it.
You go to reach out and grab onto it, and it's so far away. As you put your hand out, you expect this to be a very small and contained room. It's almost like an illusion. As you reach your hand out, you understand immediately. The sliver that's only this big is much further away than you expect. So you yourself go deeper inside of the ring. And as you approach, you see this giant tear of gold in this ring. And as you walk up, as you kind of float in, you put your hand on the inside of it and you open it slightly and look inside. And you see Vingar sitting at a golden table with hundreds of different Goliaths, all with the same tattooed markings. And he's being welcomed by his family members as they have their hands on his shoulders and they're talking to him. And he looks truly happy. And he looks up and you both make eye contact. What do you say? What do you do?
It's pretty nice in here.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I finally made it.
Yeah, you did. Though, I was expecting you to come here after we finished our business.
Well, if you're trying to get me up, then you should do that instead of being here with me.
Well, yeah, but you, Vin, you know how you get here, right?
I woke up here.
So,
Honestly, it's good to have you here.
yeah, it's nice. I can't stay though. I'm not allowed to stay here. You would if you wanted to. But I need you. So if you would come back with me, I don't want to lose someone else. Can we? I know you'll be back here eventually, but I kind of need you now.
Well, if you can figure out a way to get me out of here, then let's go. But I'm pretty happy here.
We're just gonna go this way, okay? And I'm gonna try to take his hand.
Chris.
This isn't my decision to make.
Oh, I was gonna say, do we just fucking like phase through each other and I go, well,
No, Vin, this is your decision.
I think I'll stay here, Zarius.
add a character question. I have to text the GM real quick. Hang on.
Yup.
Can't message me.
There
That.
is so much happening right now.
Bro, I see that smile, George, don't you?
You're afraid of the devil, coward.
You walked in on a lot, Shire.
This is the most appropriate picture I can send you, George.
That is a very interesting question that I just got proposed.
I'll explain it here in a second, Shari. After.
I wish I didn't go to that stupid class now.
Yeah, where were you when I died?
I was at a class.
You have to know how to fire a gun and walk. I understand.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this out loud.
You can just say yes or no because
No,
I
I have
understand
to. I have to express it slightly. I'm gonna say this phrase. Okay. Do you think it should work? A. B. Would Zarius do that? I will let you make your decision, and it is your decision, and I will roll with it.
You serious?
Okay.
And before you make that, take a second.
Yeah. No.
Think about it.
And
Okay.
because that in a way answers my question. Because like if Zarius thinks it's possible, that changes how I respond versus how if I don't think it's possible. If that
It
makes
is
sense.
completely your decision. If you think it is possible, I will allow it. If you don't think it's possible, I will not allow it. This is a story-driven moment between two of you. This is your decision to make. There is also a plethora of PMs I'm getting right now. Just calm it down. I want only the two people who are dead or that are.
You died
Doing
too.
now, and no one else.
Man,
You
don't
killed
shoot.
my Valhalla. It's great, isn't
Start,
it?
Yes!
start stabbing Zarius.
I'm going. They can hear you. Shush. So.
My last breath, I killed Dro.
Reflex.
Bro, I show
Um,
up, everyone just
fucking luck.
dies.
Yeah. One guy out, one guy in. You know what I'm saying? I got to keep it at 6, or I got to keep
Oh
it
yeah,
at
let's
5.
do a Vargas 2.0.
So when you say that, Zarius is going to visibly look devastated. He's going to step back, kind of look around, kind of shake his head, and then look back. It's like, Vin, I need you. You've been with us through everything. I've relied on you. You've been our strength. Do you want to stay here?
Yeah, this is what I've worked for this entire time. Like, why would I want anything different?
But we aren't done yet. We have.
Like, you're not done. I'm done.
But you don't have to be done. I'm here to take you with me.
I could go back and die again, or I could stay here and have it good. If I die to a devil or something, who's to say I don't just get dragged to hell? Like, this is pretty good. I don't know how I got here. I don't know why I'm here, but
You're here because you wanted devil wings on your back to look cool. You're here because you can't leave a good enough thing alone, and I'm trying to chase you. You're right. You're right. If you come back with us, you can possibly end up killed by a devil and dragged somewhere else. But
I'm gonna do the Achakan classic and put my hands on Zarius and just be like, "Look, man, you got this."
no, I don't. I don't, okay? First we lose Lyric, and then my sister, and then now you, and why can't this work? This is supposed to work. It's not supposed to be hard.
I mean, we've lost more than just that. We've lost Wendelin and all our friends in Mecca. Like, you gotta see this through to the end, man. You also need to find Lyric and tell him what happened.
You know,
Send us a
I'm
little
really
bit-
tempted to take you back with me. I can, you know. I can. I can take you out here willingly or take you out here with force. I could.
kind of like to see you try and do that. I'm happy here. I mean, you can try, but like, I don't think it's gonna work.
Zarius is going to raise up his hands, and I'm going to say it for context. He's not going to use a spell slot, but he's going to start casting this spell, and I kind of want to show it so everybody knows what he was about to do. As he's going to start raising his hands, and shackles come out from the rip that he's formed. It's going to start circling around Vin, and he's like, I can take you. I can. It's theoretically not that hard. But then the chains retreat back, and Zarius is just going to fall to his knees and be like, but I can't hurt my friend like that. If I need you, please don't.
I mean, my biggest regret is not fixing your tiefling curse. I mean, I believe
Honestly,
you on my word. I'm sure Dro's a good enough blacksmith. Lyric's love interest, I forget her name.
Platona.
I can't fix that.
Yeah.
You know. So you're the only one that I didn't get to help all the way, but I don't think there's much I can do for you on that behalf. I mean, I became a Chaka here. Like, you can see my grandpa, my great grandmother, like, they're all here.
I'm gonna like turn and look at them, kind of give a wave, a nod, look back at Vin.
They look a mix of stoic and very sad. Otherwise, there's no other emotion. It's stoicism of don't let it get to you, or just single tear energy. But everyone here is, at least as you're looking at them, they are immensely powerful. They are all what Vin has been describing for ever since you've known him, a Chaka.
Zarius is gonna look up at Vin one more time and say, I guess I just have to ask one more time, but are you sure you won't come back with me?
No, I'm here for good. Every other time I've died, I've been in a black void. This is the first time I've been here.
Zarius is gonna drag himself to his feet, try to stand as tall as he can. kind of.
I am going to shoot you a message. You feel free to keep talking.
Just save Mecca. Do what you can and save Mecca. When that's done, I don't know. Undemon your arm. Undemon yourself. Fix your family curse. You'll have the resources.
I'm gonna try. And you do see that his arm in this area is pulsing and throbbing, and he seems to be more and more in pain as he's staying here. He's going to tap you one last time and say, it was nice traveling with you.
It was good traveling with you, Tuzarius.
You're more of a brother than my brother's been.
Well, I could have killed him for you, and you could have sorted out your inheritance really easy, but you didn't want that.
Yeah, I'm
hey,
out of it already.
You've made it here once. Who's to say if you don't die again, you can't come to the Achaka afterlife?
It would be nice.
It is.
I gotta go now.
Yeah. Good luck.
And I'm gonna turn around and try to force my way back through that golden crack, so I'm out of eyesight of everybody.
The way is parted open from whenever you tore it open last. And you can very easily grab onto your own soul tether and kind of pull yourself back in and almost swim, not like this, but more, very carelessly float back through it. And you're back inside of the white void that is the ring.
And I know, or I think that this ring is a... Oh, wait, hang on. It's a pocket dimension of sorts. I'm going to try... Zarius's initial urge is to try to collapse this dimensional space and tear it apart and vent his anger and frustration. But he's not going to do that here. He's not going to do that now. He's going to do that once he's back outside.
Okay. And as you pull yourself back through into your own body, you take a breath, open your eyes, and on top of Vin is his ring on his chest. And everyone's just looking at you, and then everyone's eyes look back at Vin. No breath yet. What do you do, Zarius?
You see that the tears that he physically couldn't that he couldn't cry are now physically starting to run down his face as he's going to quickly snatch up the ring from Vin's body, chuck it across the room, and storm out of the tent.
Rinky's gonna look across the entire tent and immediately take a step back away from Vin's body. He's gonna bow heavily and turn to the rest of the Wayfinders. and wait for their response.
Bettina will place a hand on Yara's shoulder.
Go with Zarius.
All right, let's take a second to actually tell Yara what the fuck is actually happening here, so
Oh,
she can participate.
I had no idea if my character was even in this space yet.
She was in
You're-
here.
You were.
You were.
yes.
You brought me in.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Zarius
were-
went and sent you a ran with a note saying, "Bring a healer,"
Okay.
and then
so
you
you
came
grabbed
in to.
Rinky.
And we were talking in the early morning, so
Okay.
You
And-
ran in. You saw Vin's arm was literally torn, basically off his body, halfway off his body, and the demon wings that he was trying to have grafted onto him, one of them is ripped off and onto the ground, and there's blood and gore just all over the ground. And he very obviously actually bled out. And Thea was trying to stitch together his body, and you see Zarius was casting a spell. And then you brought Renki, who started stitching the wound back together and started stitching the muscles back in and pulling them back in place. Then Dro came in and started regenerating the arm and getting it truly fixed back in place. Renki started breaking bones and resetting certain portions of his body so that his physical body would be in perfect condition when it came back, along with the regenerative abilities. Thea finished stitching, finished her magical stitch work on the other wing and the part of his spine so that Vince could actually move when he woke up. And Zarius managed to preserve the body and keep the soul in the ring of mind shielding for an hour. And after the spell was up, you saw Zarius oust his soul into the ring to speak with Vin. And then you saw him come out, grab the ring, start crying, hurl it in a fit of rage, and storm out. And Vin is still unbreathing.
And the Bettina then tells me to go find him.
As Yara, you're going after Zarius, or are you?
Yeah. She'll in a daze, processing everything, making sure she has all of her stuff. She'll go follow Zarius out of the head.
As soon as she leaves the room, you see this underneath the well-crafted armor that the master blacksmith has created. On her
Blood like your
back.
dad too.
Yep. On her back, you see something start to shift on her back as she's trying to suppress her wings from sprouting. And she's looking straight at Thea. The white glow in the mask starts to radiate.
You messed up. No talk. You leave. Now.
Stands up, curls herself back, and pushes her eldritch form back inside of her body. And out comes this beautiful woman that you know. Puts on a robe. Says absolutely nothing. Goes to touch and kind of tap her fingers on Vin's shoulder and
Smack it away.
yep. She nods and leaves.
As she's leaving, I'll say one final thing to her.
Maybe not tomorrow. Maybe not a year from now. But I promise I will reap what is earned.
She kind of stands at the doorway whenever you say that. And then leaves.
So who is all in this tent right now? So we have a dead Achaka.
You drove
We have
Libatina,
Libatina.
Deadvin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look
Rinky,
over.
you are
Yeah.
beyond feeling like you don't even kind of belong here.
I really don't feel like I do. No.
You can just leave without a word, and I don't think
Mhm.
anyone there would say anything.
You just
I'm
watch
ha-
like a
I'm
family
have-
member die. You watch grandma die, and you're just everyone else is just sad. And you're like, I don't know what's going on.
I tried my best. I'm gonna put the effort in. Rinky is going to turn and leave and say absolutely zero else to anything else.
Understandable.
Yeah,
As-
after
I won't
that,
fault you for
yeah.
after
Yeah, I wouldn't
seeing
even be like,
Eldritch
I'm sorry
being-
for your loss. I'd just be like,
Oh, I bowed. I already bowed and gave my thanks.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Bye.
I'm good. So I just saw this Eldritch being just herself back into it, and then not on top of that, I saw Libatina. I saw Libatina give a threat to the exact monster that I just saw exist in front of me, and
And then and it took it.
and it took the threat and said absolutely zero else. So I think I'm just gonna watch the Wayfinders do their thing, and I'm gonna walk out of the tent and go see if I can find Yara, because I've spoken to her at least once to twice.
You know, that's a good plan. We're just
Yeah.
gonna say you just for a second. You leave.
Fuck off for a moment.
Dro.
I'm mostly just sitting over the body. I see what happens with Arius, and Zarius doesn't mess up spells like that. But I also know that resurrection is a willing thing. So seeing him run away like that, it's just, oh, Vin's done. He chose to stop.
You also know Thea doesn't mess up.
Mm-hmm. Thea is really damn good. As much as I dislike her for what she does, it's not like I doubt her skills. It's like, I just kind of sort things out and clean up him up.
I'll
Give him a proper
assist.
funeral.
Yeah, I'll assist Dro in that matter.
Okay. You start. I guess
Cleaning
his
up a
armor's
lot of
already
the blood
off.
everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, his armor's already off. The blood that's stained the bed and stained part of his skin. You take alcohol and start rubbing him down.
Go take alcohol, right?
You haven't really
Vingard.
looked at Vin whenever he's been completely disrobed. And you really do take note of the amount of damage his body has taken.
You should forgot I fix his armor all the goddamn time. I'm aware of this.
You rub your hands along his back as you're kind of cleaning him off, and there's so many bumps, so many cuts, so many rocky portions of him. He almost feels like he's a stitchwork being. How he even got this far is nothing short of a miracle. Clean his body up, and you dress him, and you clean his armor. Do you put his armor back on him?
Well, it won't fit the torso piece.
It really won't. You could,
Make some basic modifications to it.
or cut
Open
the
up
wing
people.
off.
Probably better to make him look like he didn't try to add demon wings to his body. Probably the better idea.
Hmm. You
Um,
do have a cleaver that's especially good for this.
Yep.
I will
Is the
ask.
second wing reattached from all the regenerate? If it is, then I'm going to add 2 to the counter because I'm adding to the counter.
No, the wing is on the ground and it's destroyed. The other
it.
wing is on his back and perfectly good.
If you remove it, try to remove it. I will assist you in the matter.
Yep.
I'm
I
gonna
pull
tell
out
you,
my,
there's no roll
Okay.
needed. But with Libetina's help, it's very clean. You cut it so fast.
Ouch,
Libitina cuts it.
Bro, Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I couldn't.
Don't
this
worry.
is what happens. We're
I
on
got a-
wings. Shit.
I got a passive 14 on sleight of hand. You know.
I have a sharp as shit knife.
You
that
don't
can
even-
resharpen at
You
will.
don't even know, Vin. You take the cleaver, or Libitina, you take the cleaver and kind of instruct Dro without really talking. And Dro, you grab the wing and you hold it up. And Libitina, in one swoop, you cut the wing so fast that the blood vessels don't even react yet. And Vin, you
I
immediately
feel
put
over
your
it.
hand on it, and you can do one of two things. You can heal it, or you can sear it.
I can probably sear it because that's what I'm a lot better at than healing. Honestly.
And you sear, and then you just start going overboard on purpose and grind the bone and the flesh down to his back to the best of your ability, and then kind of mend the skin back over and clean it up, and then the armor goes back over it easily without there being a lump in the way. There's still a bit of one. It's still a bit of a pain, but it doesn't look weird. And he managed to put his armor back on. What do y'all do?
Didn't expect to
Yara's
lose him
going
so
after
early.
Cyrus.
Just these two for a second.
I
Sorry.
look at Dro. Dro, what's is it like a visible pain, or you just
What
what's
on
going?
Dro?
Any pain?
I'm asking. Yeah, I'm asking you. Like, how much of it shows? Like, is it like disappointment, or what is it?
It's definitely sadness. Because he's been with Vin for the entire adventure. Vin and Zars are the two original people he's been with the entire time.
Not 20.
Casual 3 years.
But it's not like he's like crying. He's like, I've lost a friend. This isn't the first friend he's lost, though. He's still traveling with one of them. So he mostly just looks tired, I think.
He was a warrior. As are
Yes.
you.
I'm a smith.
You're the finest smith I've ever seen. Yes, but you're also an incredibly talented warrior as well. And as the nature of things, we don't know when our time will come. This is the path he chose to walk.
I
Vanguard, as I make sure, like I'm helping Dro clean him up.
helping rearmor him because
Yep.
that's hard.
I take out the wooden mask that I carved for Vanguard originally, and I place it over his face.
Despite our grievances, I would have loved to test our metal once more.
As you think that and say that, Libitina, only you see this. You have your head bowed, and you're near Vin. And as you open your eyes, you see, hovering over Vin's body, the spectral image of your father, looking as though he's ready to collect. But instead of that, he nods his head towards the ring. And as you turn and look at it out of the back of your eye, you see a gray, ethereal essence that's wrapped around it. And inside of it, you can see a tiny tear of gold. And it reminds you of your golden eyes. It reminds you of the first light you saw when you were created. And you know that your prayers reached your father and that he guided Vin where he wanted to go and gave him a choice. And he chose correctly.
Go home, Achaka.
With that, Yara, you walk outside only moments after Zarius left, stormed out, rather. Still a little shell-shocked. How soon would you look for Zarius, or would you take a second for yourself?
She's acting on instinct and just searching for him as soon as possible.
You walk outside, and you're like, okay, Zarius. You look left, look right, and you see Zarius just storming off in a direction. He looks like he's walking with absolute purpose. You see he's gritting his fists together, and you can actually see a trickle of blood coming off of his hands as his hands are so tight against his own frail skin that they're bleeding. It's your decision if you want to go after him. But I will also let you know from this morning, he's been extremely off in a very bad way.
Okay.
Like a oh, he's set off already kind of way.
She is still determined to go after him.
Okay. Do you like go after him, or do you just keep behind him?
I would say she's genuinely trying to catch up with him with the intent of, like, she might even call out his name a few times to try to get his attention, to get him to slow down.
Okay. As you start doing that, Rinki, you walk out and you see Yara doing that. I hate to just like ask this to just separate you, even though I brought you in. Would you be cool with going, that's not my issue, and just letting everybody just kind of deal with what's going on for a second? Just be like, I'm going to sit out the tent and guard it for a second.
Maybe you should go let a person in charge know that somebody just died.
Yeah, maybe go let someone know that the Star Commander General Vingara Chaka, leader of the Wayfinders and
I'm looking
Bandit
for
Army.
Alavaro.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, good man. You're gonna go find Alvaro.
That's the army. We our main commander left. Star Commander died. The organizer's pissed, and the armorer is just dealing with a body now. Do a funeral. Our two military leaders are gone.
So yeah, you go find Alvaro. Thank you. Yara, as you're catching up to Zarius, you realize that she's catching up to you. What do you...
Zarius is walking fast and with purpose. The first time you call his name, he doesn't react. The second time, he barely gives a twitch. The third time, he just kind of looks over his shoulder, sees you, but keeps walking. and he's going to walk into Thea's tent. And assuming that you're right behind him, as soon as you walk in, you see that last night he had a couple bodies brought to him that he had raised into creatures to fight for him and protect him, and they have been massacred, ripped apart. Their soul shards are nowhere to be seen, chests open, necrotic energies just kind of hovering in the air, and Zarius immediately begins putting on his armor.
The first question I have in my mind is, does it smell bad in there? I don't know why. But
There are literal overheating corpses in this tent.
she steps through the tent, and just the smell of death is overwhelming as it stops her in her tracks. Desperately, she tries to push the scene aside and approach Zarius as he's putting on his armor. Her hands like cautiously reaching out to try to get him to slow down.
His breathing is ragged and heavy. He is agitated, heartbroken, and just trying to get his stuff on as quickly as possible. And then he will just kind of look up at you, make eye contact, to be like, "You gonna help?"
Yes, I'm going to help, but just take a second.
He's just gonna keep getting equipped.
Zarius, please, just take a second.
I will as soon as I'm dressed.
If I help you dress, will you slow down?
Yeah. Yeah.
And she's gonna pick up a piece of armor and just slowly help you dress. Like she'll start, like with base clip on, whether it's like the shoulders. I'm not entirely, I don't remember entirety of your pieces of armor. But she'll let the silence kind of sink in. But hopefully by helping him dress and taking her time, it'll help him slow down.
Zarius is quickly gonna, like, as soon as he's dressed and he has his stuff, he's just gonna sit on the bed, put his head in his hands, and take a couple deep breaths, and then just look up at Yara and be like, "I need a minute."
What she'll do is not really wanting to disturb anything else. She will just kind of casually sit on the ground and wait.
He's gonna wait a couple seconds and look up at you, make eye contact, and be like, "I need a minute." And just kind of just motion towards the door.
She'll sit there. Her eye contact is going to change from looking at you to just looking at the wall of a tent.
Yara, can I have a moment alone, please?
I don't think that's a good idea.
I need a moment alone.
Zarius, You've had already moments like this. And I don't think being alone is going to work.
Leave.
Please, Zarius. Listen, I failed in Darkwat. I ran off searching for answers. I ran off hoping to see if that would be better help. And it wasn't. I see the difference.
Yara, I'm appointing you as the Star Commander General. You're now in charge of the army. You have to fill Vin's spot. I need you to go out, gather the leaders, get everyone together, explain what happens, and get everyone ready. And I need a minute to process what's going on. A lot has changed in just an hour. And I need you to cover for me. Please.
She's going to get up on her feet, walk over, place a hand on you.
He is shaking.
Zarius.
I just need a minute.
Yes, I will give you that minute. Can you look at me? I will step up. I'm not going to abandon you.
I can't do this anymore.
I will take care of things to the best of my ability. I'm not leaving.
Thank you.
I have chosen to help the Wayfinders.
Thank you.
She'll like place another hand on him. Like one hand on his shoulder, one hand on his arm. Okay.
Okay.
She'll take a deep breath and then actually go in to embrace and hug him.
Zarius is stiff and kind of flinches at that a little bit, but then gives in and gives a quick hug.
I'm sorry. No, you don't.
Mm.
You embrace him. You touch his other arm. Zarius. I'm so sorry. You are insatiable since this morning. You have actively avoided contact with everything you possibly could. You almost devoured Vin's soul while you were inside of there trying to talk with him. And there is now a human being that is just right next to you. I will give you two options. You need to cast a spell and get the fuck away from Ezri, or you need to attack Ezri. Because it's one or the other. You almost ate his soul. This isn't like a...
Yep.
This didn't come out of nowhere.
Yeah. As soon as you hug me, there's a flash and I'm gone. Because I also...
I am so sorry.
There we go.
I am so sorry.
Nope, that's not what I want. There we go.
Can't even react to subtle spells. It's just gone.
Yep.
I'm so sorry. You feel the embrace and you feel the love and then you feel that hunger well inside of you. And Esri, you can feel that he was about to give back. And then as he opened his eyes, he was glazed over. And Zarius was not there. And you felt like the hairs on your neck stood up. And this all happens. Contact. He opens his eyes, realizes what's happening, gone.
She takes a look around the room, making sure he hasn't, like, perhaps turned invisible. No? And now the words are settling in as far as what Zarius has just appointed her. Fuck. She hurries out of the tent and see if she can go find Al-Sheik. Yeah. Let's maybe Al-Sheik.
Okay. Excellent choice. I wish I could grab Al-Sheik, but I will grab them instead in a moment. You, Zarius, are ousted away. You're in the middle of a field. There are cold sweats dripping down your body.
If I could, I probably would have tried to bounce into someone's tent. Just like not like, but like as low a ranking tent as I can get within.
Oh, I see what you messaged me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah,
Probably bounce the drawers pretty safely.
you
and say,
teleport
back.
you teleport into not in someone's tent, but just around the general area.
I was gonna say I know an empty tent.
Luckily, it's empty enough, or it's early enough in the morning that no one is really out and about. But you see 3 tents around you. You may do your thing.
I'm gonna pop into whoever I know is probably the lowest ranking officer or person in the area.
Yep. You can say what you're gonna do or not.
Yep.
Otherwise,
I'm gonna walk in to find them.
okay.
Or I mean, if they're there or not, I don't know.
Roll a d3. I'm curious. On a 1, they're there. Okay.
All right.
You walk in and you see it looks very militaristic. Everything is put away. Everything is extremely organized.
All right.
There's multiple different bunk beds, but they're all perfectly set up.
Physically frustrated, but mentally kind of happy. I'm just gonna immediately start pulling out and drawing.
Okay. And I'm gonna have you say what you're doing.
After a minute, I am casting teleportation circle, and I'm heading back to the Magic Academy at Prozarek
Okay.
for a
And-
brisk walk up the hill to my family residence.
Okay. And for now, Zarius, we're gonna have you teleport away, and you are free to stay for a while. I'm sure we'll get back to you at one point, or we might end early and have to deal with everything that's going on. I hope everyone understands.
Slay an orphan,
With
save an
that-
orphan. I get it. I've
Yep.
had 1 hour sessions.
Something like that. Just so everybody is aware, this is all completely off the cuff, and it's going wonderfully so far. Yep. So, Libitina and Dro, we'll go back to you since we were going in a circle. Because normally we'd be going back to Vin by now.
He's right
What
there.
are you two doing?
I'm meeting all my good ancestors. It's a great time.
Vin's having a blast.
Oh, I'm sure. This is the most Vin thing to do to have a blast and make everyone else suffer as a result.
Yep.
I would say it's the first time, but it's not even the second time this has happened.
This isn't even the third time it's happened.
I
Bury
know.
me with my
it's
meth.
real annoying.
So, the Vanguard.
Sorry.
I just look at you. Like,
I'm sorry.
He's been fluid.
That's the best way I can put it.
Vanguard's been very fluid. How you been with him a bit longer? What do you believe he would like done with his husk?
I'm pretty sure we tried talking about it, but Vin never really reacted. I was like, "Oh, go back to the mountain." And it's like, what does that mean? He's never said. He always wanted to go back to the mountain. You don't have that ability here.
Either I don't know. I don't believe it's appropriate for me to do anything. I think it's appropriate for you to do it, but I would suggest, if you agree, but I will follow your lead. We cremate what he left behind, and
Aye, that's the method I know.
and
I've done it before, actually.
and as a dwarf, not to make assumptions, but if you ever travel to his or near his homeland, you can always, at least with honors.
I just reach kind of towards my back pocket, and I'm knowing, like, there's nothing there. Like, I'm aware I don't keep it there, just like, I have a kind of holster built for it. Just like, if I make it there.
Alternatively,
If I make it there, I'll bring him with me.
She's kind of glancing around the tent now. I think
You have no idea what's going on with that statement, by the way.
I know. I think we're the only last.
You're free to insight check it.
I
That's
think
up to you.
I think we're in her honest thought. She thinks we're probably the last two really standing at this moment.
You're probably not wrong.
I think this is her 100% thought. She thinks everything is going south.
if you think if you're okay with it, when I continue my,
And there's a pause.
my travels.
I'm aware of what you are, by the way. You mentioned your dad to me. I kind of figured it out.
When I continue my travels once again,
I've seen your travels. Give him my regards.
I don't think I will see him.
You seem to go to a lot of places. You never know.
Never know if I'm welcome in there. But I'll be more than happy to take his ashes to his people, at least. given.
Let's see how Mecha goes.
We'll see.
You want to take his body out and incinerate it?
We're gonna do a proper
Want to start a
funeral.
fire?
You
We're
want
gonna
to
proper
fuck
funeral
him?
first, and then he's getting incinerated. I'm sorry, Vin, but that's how I've done it before. I did it with a village of innocent people that the village of bandits we helped murdered.
Wait, what are you doing to me?
We're cremating your ass, motherfucker! It's time!
Wait, no, my next character needs the armor, please. Pablo needs to be cool.
I was about to say, I'm probably just gonna take your shield and because I can't burn adamantium. I just can't. I've tried.
Not only that, but it's also immune to fire.
Yeah.
The
Indestructible
shield
Also,
is the description of adamantium.
yeah, his armor is also fire and lightning resistant and thunder resistant. So
the armor's not.
that's
The armor's
gonna stay
lightning
too.
resistant. The armor's purely lightning resistant.
Oh, that's true. It's just the brooch, isn't it?
The breach doesn't have the breach anymore. He has the mantle,
Oh, he had the shield.
which isn't
and the
shield
mantle.
and the mantle were his two sources of
God.
fire resistance.
Yep,
And the
Yep,
mantle
that's
doesn't
right.
really belong to him.
that's
I mean,
right.
we can incinerate him with the armor. The armor will be preserved, but his
The armor's
body,
made of bone.
his
It's
body would
blackened.
eventually give. Just think of him. Think of it as we are putting him in an easy bake oven. The armor's the oven, and eventually,
We're just gonna cast heat metal over and over until there's like a paste.
yes.
You know,
In
like a
case you remember how
cartel
I
thing,
did the
you
thing
know?
before,
But
my method for cremation is just this in an enclosed
You know what's
area.
funny? Y'all could also
5 hours.
literally teleport him to a Chaka. A Chaka's a place. It's literally called Mountain.
Yeah, their teleporter just went to magic school, idiot.
Oh, know that.
yeah,
We're talking about funeral rites, and the only funeral rites
Yeah.
I know are burn or
Yeah.
whatever people tell me they want.
look.
Unfortunately, the person who knows how to teleport
Oh,
is that guy who isn't here.
Please hold, everybody. Esri, yes, I see literally no reason why you can't do that.
Okay, just like I don't know. So Yara's gonna go ahead and tap the earring on her ear and send a message out to Lipitina and Dros saying, whatever you, I don't know where you guys are at. If you're back at, if you're still at Thea's tent, do not move the body. We can't have the rest of the army seeing the body.
Can I look
Not
up?
yet.
Can I look
Not
up at
yet.
Dro?
That's a good point.
I look at Dro and go, what about that man that was in here? Should I silence him?
Do one of you copy?
You should at least let the.
I gotta go
commander
somewhere.
know. I think Libertine is going to silence the man you brought because he's an outsider.
No, Lipitina, no,
He's an
no.
outsider you brought in.
Lipitina,
What?
no. Did you hear me?
Why?
Lipitina, respond.
Lipitina, you can one-turn his ass right now. That would be really funny.
I'm gonna make an initiative check really quickly. Yeah, a dexterity check. How fast am I right now? Half a
Let me go
step.
ahead and
Very.
reroll my character.
Half a
Not as
step.
fast as you normally are.
No, not half a step in. Here I go. Okay.
I'm really
Just-
struggling to remember names right now. I'm sorry.
Just
It's so hard.
hold. I'm going to grab Alashik and we're going to put together an emergency meeting with the leaders.
Just looking at
Yeah,
Dro.
do that. Let Tyment and the others know.
Okay. Very good call.
I wanted to do that originally, but it's like That's why I was like, oh, but everybody's like, not yet. We need a funeral service first. I don't just immediately blow up corpses like Zarius does.
But yeah, that's what Yara's doing. She's gonna try to find Alashik, but then stop
Very
by Darius's
smart.
tent first.
You go to find Alashik. You see him walking in the main general's tent. He's kind of rubbing his eyes. He clearly just woke up. He catches your eye, and you're like, "I'll be there in a minute." And he's like, "Sure." And
Now.
you walk past, and go into Zarius' tent, and you see Libitina has her dagger in her hand, kind of just waiting. And then the moment she sees that it's you, she lowers it. You see Dro is kind of has Vin's body kind of laid on the bed.
Hands on the
closed.
sword.
Hands on sword, looking very peaceful. On flail. Or mace. Sorry.
Mace? Oh, it is mace now. It's really fucking strong.
Mace. It's strong.
Never updated in the item sheet. It's like, oh, the sword. Like, I don't remember the sword being there. The shield isn't there anymore, though.
I'll take his mace.
No. Will you really?
What would you do with it?
It's a mace.
I take it.
It's a mace, right?
Yeah.
I can
It
fucking
is
use
a
it.
flanged dragon mace.
I can use it. I'd rather
Okay.
give it to someone who's I mean I'm proficient with it. Don't get me wrong.
It's probably
I'm
a two-handed weapon for you, by the way.
No, I'd
I'm
rather
gonna just put it in magical items.
that's more of a drill you hold on to it type of situation.
It is in magical items now.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm gonna just, you know what?
Open his character
Then-
sheet.
Let's
Yep.
Katali this and
No,
just
I'm
start
getting
picking apart the
Katali'd.
body.
Everyone
see my
has
random
ownership
shit.
of Vin except for Rinky. Rinky, stay away.
Take his
You can
boots.
look, but you can't touch.
My random
Take his
shit.
boots.
This
Bring
know
up the second
fun.
chance. Spin.
That dragon sword looks kind of nice.
yeah.
How
It's not
dare
there.
you say your son? Don't you dare bring yourself in as a mimic.
That'd be
The
great.
sword doesn't exist. That was just there for as a memory. He has the flanged dragon mace.
Oh, dude, all my paintings.
Mm-hmm.
I like that I have had full access to my character sheet this whole time. Like, what do they see? And I'm like, oh, dude, I have these things.
I don't have access to Vin's character sheet. I just see the basic thing and the bullshit
Dude.
image.
I don't see it
You
either.
you all should have ownership. Hold on. Let me double check.
Make sure it's not it's from default to everyone owner.
Yep, everyone has owner. Reload the page because I did reload earlier. I didn't
Alright.
think it messed you up, but it clearly did.
Don't take my bonk. My bonk is my most powerful ability. Also, just my fist.
I love your
Yeah.
description of blue gem pendant.
Bro, that fucking gauntlet
Gonna
of
break
haste
his
of
neck.
Ouroboros, though. That
Wait,
sounds
where's the
pretty
blue
good.
gem at?
You have
I'm
it.
going
I
to
know I
reverse hang myself.
I still just see the
I forgot I wrote
character
that.
sheet, the basic one.
I mean, you have owner.
Apparently, I don't have owner.
I guess. Oh, I see what's
I don't
happening.
either.
Do I have
Default,
those
default,
amulets?
default save.
There it
Now
is.
everyone can see everything.
Wow, those stats are so nice compared to mine.
Oh
Mine
man.
are so bad.
We get to peek underneath the curtain of Vanguard. This
You
is
get to see
great.
my
All the
stupid
bullshit.
descriptions. I forgot that I wrote about everything. Like, I'm waiting for someone to look at the black soul shard at the very bottom.
Yeah.
It's Thea's,
Oh.
isn't it?
No, it's
No.
fucking
Fucking
Whip
whip
Boy.
boy.
We killed bandits randomly.
Oh, that's
So every soul shard I get, I'd label as who it was or what it was from.
Hey, that Lieutenant Hilt of Champions is gone. I have that.
No.
I made it into a weapon that's gonna kill something. Really
Oh, that is
bad.
true. We're deleting that.
That thing's super gone.
There's also Chris. Double check for me before anyone starts doing anything.
Ain't gonna do shit.
You don't have your son, right?
He was not on me.
He's
He was like,
he was sent off.
he
Wasn't
was,
Yeah. Where did you send your son? Didn't you send him to Achaka?
He did.
no, he did.
I sent him to Achaka and I said to Mitch, I already know he's doomed. Just left it at that.
I completely forgot about that. We will deal with that at another time at one point, Chris, you and I.
I originally went to Thea and was like, watch him. And she's just like, I'm not watching this. What the fuck do you want from me?
Good old Chaka.
Yeah, let me pin that. Okay. So I'm gonna just DM overtake this scene for a little bit because we're gonna call it after I say a few things. I hope you all understand.
We do.
Yara, you go to Alashik and say, I need to call an emergency meeting. Now, please understand the word emergency. Alashik gets the memo, grabs everyone important, and takes you all underground where the where you have the devils locked up, kind of thing. They are all put in cages and silenced. The room is cleaned and prepped for your arrival. They're all very confused as to why it's only you there.
Did
And-
Lipton and Dro not come along?
I'm gonna assume no, but they can tell me if they want to.
I was also going to say that Renki needed to come because
Okay,
he was a witness.
okay. So Renki's there. Libitina, Dro, are y'all coming or no?
Nope.
I think so on
No.
that one. Libitina, you're the wild card. No? Okay.
No. If Joe's not going, I'm helping him with everything that needs to be done.
Then they're a little confused as to why it's just you.
Oh dear.
In a very brief description, can you explain, and this will be taken the best way, as to how you're going to break the news?
Okay.
Because there's a lot of news to break.
Yes. As briefly, she will explain that there has been an unfortunate development in leadership. She will explain that Vin has died. And Zarius has now appointed her as Star Commander General.
And then fucked off.
She wouldn't say that.
Yeah, because their very next question is, where is Zarius?
I have asked him to look into a few things for me. He has most of the information, as many of you well know. He has been facilitating conversations between all leaders here, and I need him to look into a few things for me. Lipitina and Dro are currently with Vin's body. And we have a lot of work to do.
The only other question I will ask you is, and this is Dumak Thal who's asking. He goes, we were to march tonight or tomorrow morning. I will not wait for the death of one man to move my army, or the missing of another. Are two people really going to hold back our entire assault? And everyone is very quiet and they shift a little bit. And they all look at you.
Did I say we were finished?
No.
We will press on and we will continue.
Excellent. I'm sorry for the loss, Star Commander
Yara.
Yara. I will ready my troops if there's nothing else. And he stands up. And he goes to leave. Yalada of Jokta stands up, nods, and leaves. Alvaro stands up, gives you a deep bow, walks over to Renki, pats you on the shoulder, and in Sylvan says, stay, and leaves. Voss stays seated. Tyment stays seated. Let's see. Who else would be there? I mean, everybody's there, but Gowan will stand up, give a deep bow, kind of place a hand on your shoulder for a little longer than normal, kind of lock eyes, and leave. One other person. Oh. This is actually surprise news for everyone, as Yara, you didn't know this person was here, and neither did anyone else as he had just shown up this morning. Rin Blooddrinker stands up, walks up to you, and gives you a nod, and says, I don't believe we've met, but I understand. I will gather my troops. And he leaves. Who else is there? Calboris is the only devil. He is caged, unbound, but he can hear, and he just nods quietly and stays in the corner. That is the devil that you all, or that he brought himself in to give you information, but I don't think you all decided what you wanted to do with him. And lastly, someone that Yara, I'm going to need you to roll a Constitution saving throw to see if you kind of like make any like excuse you. You're here.
Sorry, I don't have my sheet pulled up.
You're
Constitution
fine.
saving.
Yeah, this is kind of like a concentration check. You pass as Nadia is here, and you didn't see her at first, as you were really focused on, the main crowd. And she kind of nods and says, we'll catch up, Yara. And she leaves. And with that, we are going to end tonight's session.
I have a quick question.
I need you, but
Yes.
Go ahead and ask your question.
Calboris is the devil I made a deal with, right?
Yes.
And he's back. Because we sent him to hell.
Oh, you did send him to hell.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to...
I'm sorry, let me put him in a different tab.
Yeah,
oh, I totally forgot about that. He's researching stuff for you.
Yes, I just went bye-bye
Yes.
and dismissed him,
Yep.
so...
He's going in that tab.
I'm like, he's back? Why is he back?
Nope, he's not there.
I'm so excited that Rin's there, though.
Yep.
Dude, I heard that name. I was just like, oh, dude, our vampire homie. Let's go.
Let's go. We met you when we were level 3.
We're glad
And with
no one's there.
Yep. Anyone, not a single one of you fuckers that would have recognized him. Not a one was there.
I was thinking of the name. I was like, that name sounds really familiar. Why? I think I was like, oh, those guys.
And then, of all people that would understand what's going on, your best bet is probably Rin, Tyment, and Rin, Tyment, and Voss are probably the three that understand why you were there and no one else. Ezri or Yara. But with that, we're gonna call tonight's session. You may all do whatever the hell you want. My session is not over. Zarius, neither is yours. We will reconvene after I get some water, and I'm pretty sure I know what I'm gonna do, but I just need to do a double take on myself. But I don't know how long this is gonna last. Chris, I'll need to get with you